Hey everyone, this is John with Lead Capture IO. It's about 6:30 a.m. on Friday. It's not Friday. I don't even know what day it is. Thursday, February 6th, and I'm just shooting a quick update to walk through a recent list of enhancements and feature updates that we've made to the Lead Capture IO platform. So there's a lot of great stuff we just rolled out and really amazing stuff to come. I'll talk about all of that in a moment, but let's just start out with the big update. So the biggest update is around dynamic one-to-one consent. So as many people who are watching this may know, dynamic or one-to-one consent, TCPA one-to-one consent, was completely struck down by the courts. But that doesn't mean that it's the end of one-to-one consent. We're still seeing about 15 to 20% of our lead capture users who were planning to use one-to-one consent sticking with it. There's a number of reasons why. I have plenty of blog posts about that if you want to dive into the reasons why it might be wise to stick with one-to-one consent. But for that reason, we had to finish rolling out that feature. So there were a number of pretty big updates that we had to make. The biggest one here is giving you the ability to send any field value into your lead distribution tool. So whether that's Lead Prosper, Leadspedia, Leadbite, whatever it is, you can send any field in now. Previously, we only gave you the ability to set to send very specific fields in. Now you can choose whatever field that you're capturing. So you'll now see this section here called additional fields. And then in this example, it's pulling in all of the different field values from the steps. So if I were to create a whole new step here and have new fields, they would show up in this section. So as you can see, I can just simply select each of these fields that I want. This also includes, it gets an OTP field in if you need to. And this also includes IP address and user agent details, two highly requested fields that need to get pushed in as well. So this feature is updated, and now in addition to state or zip code, you can push whatever fields you need to push in on the initial ping. So this is really the big update from the last, I'd say, week and a half that we worked on. And now that we have this rolled out, we're pretty much done, I'd say, on all of the TCPA one-to-one consent updates. For now, we'll probably circle back to some of that in the near future based on what adoption of that feature looks like. But for now, we need to move on to bigger and better things. So what else did we work on? Well, let me show you this auto cursor in field. So this is more of a subtle UX UI improvement around based on some feedback that we got, but it should definitely help increase conversion rates. So let's take a look at an actual example of this on a live page. All right, so I'm just going to go to this test page that I have. And I know I'm not using the prettiest looking form here, but this is really because I'm just trying to move fast and test, and I completely missed the opportunity to show you this feature as I was rambling there. So I'll click through to the next step, and then I believe the next step is the field. And what you're going to see here is the cursor will automatically show up inside of the field itself. So just like that, it's in the zip field. And this, again, is a subtle change, but it allows you to set up the lead capture form in a way now where there's less clicking. Now at this point, the user doesn't need to click into the field itself. The cursor will automatically be there, and that slight change should help improve the overall UX, UI, and potentially increase conversion rates again because it's just one less click. You don't have to click into the field. So this was some feedback that we got around the lead capture forms from one of our users, and I really appreciate that feedback. I think it definitely will help in terms of increasing conversion rates. Beyond that, we made a number of additional improvements that I won't show you inside of the system, but for those of you who don't know, you can actually set up multiple webhooks inside of Lead Capture IO for your particular lead capture form, and you can post into multiple systems. There were a few little bugs that we had to clean up on that side. And then there were some slight issues around OTP language customization. So you can basically create a lead capture form in any language, but for some reason our countdown timer was hard coded. So we updated that so that way you can update the language settings on the OTP side. And then there were some additional like back-end changes and slight enhancements that I did not really note. But let's focus now on what's coming next and then what's coming, I'd say, later into Q1 and into Q2. So currently, what's coming next and what's in progress right now is I'm just calling this zip code validation. The name of this might change, but this is a highly requested feature. And this is basically the ability to kind of upload a list of approved zip codes or postal codes. And based on what the prospect selects, it will then determine whether or not they can continue to the next step. So this will essentially allow you to block a prospect from continuing through in your funnel right at the zip or postal code step. So you'll have that capability coming soon. Point of capture email verification is also in the works, it's in progress. We should have this released very soon. This will definitely bring even more capabilities to the Lead Capture IO platform and round out our lead verification feature. This will allow you to essentially verify a lead's email address before they even submit, and you'll have control over like whether or not you completely block them from submitting or allow them through. And there's more to come here as far as like how that will work, but this will be a huge feature, again highly requested, just like zip code validation. There is a new UI choice coming as far as the forms go, so you'll be able to add little, if we just go to an example here, you'll be able to add little checkboxes, let's say to the left hand side of each button. This is something that many of you are looking to now begin testing to see if that increases conversion rates. So that should be pretty low lift, I think, for us to knock that out. So that will be coming soon, definitely in Q1, it looks like. And then what else is coming here? So we have some additional enhancements to the webhook, and then the really big one. This has really emerged as, I'd say, one of our most requested features aside from email verification and zip code validation. It's advanced conditional logic. So you can currently do some conditional logic inside of Lead Capture IO, but there's really a need for more advanced conditional logic and more like logic jump functionality. So that will be coming hopefully in Q1. That's what we're targeting for the release. This is going to be a huge update, but it will bring so much value to the tool, and it will allow you to create more complex workflows, more complex funnels, and basically reduce the number of steps that you need to set up when you're creating your lead capture form. So it should make building these even faster and easier. I'm super excited for this. Stay tuned for updates here. So, I mean, that's just what we have so far on the list. There's so many more things that we're working on, including having the ability to basically set blacklisted words and so much more beyond that. But then looking ahead later into Q1 and Q2, and some of this may change based on the progress that we make and feedback that continues to come in. We're always evolving our roadmap based on your feedback, but currently slated for Q2, it's all going to be about UX, UI, and launching our lead capture pages and lead links new feature. So I'm not going to explain what lead links is. You'll have to wait till Q2 to learn a little bit about that. But the real short version here is that many of you have requested the ability to basically spin up a somewhat streamlined landing page inside of Lead Capture IO that hosts your form rather than having to take the form and embed it into a high level unbounce or a landing page builder like that. Now, it does make sense to add your form to a landing page builder like an unbounce or high level, because on those tools you get a lot of flexibility and people like that. But there's also just a ton of requests to be able to do that inside of Lead Capture IO. So that is coming, and we will probably get that launched at some point in Q2. There's a lot of considerations that we need to make from a UX and UI perspective and a workflow perspective, but this will definitely be coming soon. That will probably be the next big feature that we launch right behind the conditional logic and email verification tool. Then from there, it's just around lead capture form builder enhancements. So taking a look at the builder and figuring out what improvements can we make just to make the process of creating these things more efficient. I would say that when thinking about the builder and things like that, it's always about continuous improvement, and we're always going to be focused on improving the UX. We've received a lot of feedback. We're doing a lot of prep work now, so expect big updates there. We're going to be rolling out more templates. Actually, the process of rolling out templates is starting now in Q1. We're relaunching templates. We're creating new templates around our most common use cases and industries. But then behind that, as we head into Q2 and make a lot of UI updates, we're going to launch even more templates and new styling and so much more to give you even more flexibility. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the templates that we have now. If you set them up right and if you approach your funnel the right way, they convert really high. But what I want to do is get to the point where we give you ultimate flexibility and maximum control. So you can pretty much spin up whatever style template you want. So it's really just about giving you more options. That's what we're focused on. And then it's also worth noting deeper, tighter integrations. Two that come to mind are high level integration. I think it would be really nice if we had one of those. So that way you don't have to go direct through Webhook. The Webhook is like super easy to set up. It's like basically 2 or 3 fields, but I do think it would be nice just to have a direct high level integration. And we're definitely going to have a more direct lead prosper integration. Again, you can go through Webhook, but I think a more direct lead prosper integration would just reduce the number of clicks that you have to make on your side when setting up your when setting things up if you're using lead prosper. So this video has gone about 10 minutes, 11 minutes now, so it's a little longer than I wanted it to be, but those are the updates. That's what's coming. I just wanted to touch on what's coming ahead because we have some really great plans through the next 30, 60, 90 days and beyond. And don't even get me started on what 2026 looks like. It's going to be wild in terms of what we have planned to launch. We're going to continue building. I love working on this platform. The feedback that we're getting has been amazing, and we have a lot of great things in store. Thank you to all of you who have been with us, supporting us, and providing feedback. I truly appreciate it. Looking forward to what's ahead. Thank you.